So we're back in the shed once again. I'm going to take all the paper and tape off and see what we've got as a paint job. You can see a few little marks here, which I thought was like silicone spots, but it's actually splatter from when they welded the frame originally. So that's okay. Right, let's rip the paper off. Not bad. A lot cleaner than before. So next we're going to put the last couple of bearings in and seals, the shaft, get the swing arm hanging back in there, and then try and figure out how to put the ZX10R shocky in it. So that's what I'm going to get up to now. So the last of the bearings and seals have been fitted. I've got to clean my chain guard, sorry. It's yeah, I forgot to do it obviously, so I'll do that now. I would have replaced it, but you can't buy them apparently, so this one will have to do. Time to degrease it. So I've given it a degrease in the tub, hose it off, it'll be good enough. Bolt it on, might even stick or flex it because it's got a few broken mounting or locating plastic pins, but it'll be okay. It's way better now with all the grease scrubbed off it. I sanded all the rust off this shaft, so now it actually fits, where to get it out the first time I had to beat it to death to get it to come out, so it'll be a lot better. Swing arms back in, pivot bolts tight, smooth as. Well, this is the full rear suspension and linkages out of a 05 model ZX10. Apparently the guys on the Facebook ZXR group reckon this is the one to get. You just have to drill out this lower mounting bolt. So I'll take the shocky off the rocker arm assembly and we'll try and make a game plan to get it sitting in the bike. I might even lay the standard one next to it so I can see the difference. So I've pressed the lower parts of the shockies up against the bench, and that's the difference. So this part here to this part here, it's a little bit, it's not going to change the world, shouldn't be too bad. I just need to drill this guy out, so it takes a standard lower rocker arm bolt. I just measured the width of this part here, which it's 30mm, and on the other guy, on the stock one, it is 32mm. So what I better do is dummy build it all up, make sure I don't drill this hole, and I've got my facts incorrect and I'm gonna drill a hole in the wrong spot, so I'll have a little play and see where this all ends up. So what I'm up to, I've put the rear wheel in. I need to put the subframe back on so that I can jack it up between the wheel and the rear subframe and try and figure out this suspension saga. I don't think it'll be too hard. I just gotta get all the bits of the puzzle sitting in there so I can make a plan of attack. So that's what we're up to now. So with no suspension, I've put this bottle jack in here and basically just kind of wind it up so I can get the block of wood out from under the engine. It's all sitting in there, which looks pretty cool. I'm real stoked with myself for not drilling this lower shocky mount out, because I'd be buggered then. It all bolted in perfectly. The only thing I need to do is to drill this bush out to take the 12mm bolt, not the 10mm bolt that this is for now. So that's the standard ZX10 stuff. That's 12mm on the ZXR. So I just need this internal bush to be drilled, and that'll be it. She'll be in. I'll probably have to play with the dog bone length as well, because the height of the bike, that's what controls the height of your rear suspension. I don't think it's going to be quite correct, so I'll get it all hanging in there properly, and then I'll experiment with these guys and also the height of where this top bracket sits. But all in all, that was pretty easy. This is the rocker arm out of the standard ZXR, which runs a 12mm diameter bolt. That bolt passes through the frame at the back here. So these holes are for a 12mm bolt. This is the ZX10 rocker arm, which only runs a 10mm diameter bolt. So the problem is, it fits in here beautiful, like we said, but it's really loose here. Okay, wrong size. So what we've done, had a couple of bushes machined up. So these guys will push into the frame like this. I can show you. Boom, and they'll step the hole down to 10mm. I'll be able to run the 10mm bolts through the smaller diameter inner bearing. Okay, so now I can bolt it all up and see where it sits. So those two bushes fixed all the problems I had. It sleeved that part of the frame down to 10mm. I've got the whole ZX10 suspension unit in there now. ZX10 dog bones, slightly different up here. Just spaced it down with the nut on that thread that's available. Just roughing it out, getting the right height set up, sort of semi-good. But it's all in there, and yeah, it wasn't too bad really. Nice fresh shocky. So when I get the mudguard on, or the under tray part of it, I'll be able to figure out what height it's going to be. But I don't think this bike's ever been this high in its life, because it's always been lowered the whole time I've had it.